Hello and welcome back to Blue Jay Girl. My name is Joanna and I film planner related videos here for you, and I have another planner related haul here for you today. I have purchased my first Stoney Clover order and I want to share it with you, and I have decided to make this video not just a haul of Stoney Clover but also tips if you are a first time buyer at Stoney Clover, because when I was making this purchase I went on YouTube and looked, and many people do hauls about their Stoney Clover purchases, but there aren't many people who really give you a perspective of what it is like to shop with Stoney Clover, what you should look out for, and what you should especially be aware of with cost. So first up, my Stoney Clover order came in this pretty bag. It has a little drawstring at the top with these things, and it came with glittery tissue paper. From what I understand from when I purchased it, your purchases that you get from there do come in some type of decorative extra packaging. Whether it be this or a different kind, I'm not sure, but you do get some type of decorative packaging, because when you make a checkout, you can opt out of the extra packaging and kind of like fun bits, I guess is what I would call them, because I love packaging. So you should get this every time, which is nice. My specific order was from the Stoney Clover Disney Princess collaboration. Stoney Clover, I have observed, does a lot of collaborations. After I purchased this, a new collaboration came up with Disney with Mickey Mouse, which was really cool. So their collaborations are not long-term things from what I can tell. It's more bursts. Like you buy it when it's available, and then if it's not, you're done. So my Stoney Clover receipt came in this cute folder with Disney princesses on it. My assumption, because this has all on here, is that whatever Stoney Clover order you get, your receipt will come in some type of folder. This seems like a common practice for that. Also, I got a free vinyl sticker that had Tiana on it. I don't know if this is just a Disney thing or if they give free stickers out no matter what order you purchase. But at least for the Disney Princess order, I was able to get one. And then let us go into what I purchased. So, if you are a first-time purchaser of Stoney Clover, you need to acknowledge the fact that it is a luxury purchase. There are many planner pouch stores that are much cheaper than Stoney Clover. You are paying for the Stoney Clover name, as well as they've done a Disney collaboration, so it is an official Disney product, and you're paying for the specific patterns and design that Stoney Clover gives you. When I was purchasing this was the second round that they did the release of the Disney princesses. In the first round, the stuff went very quickly. So I was purchasing this stuff in a very fast, lightning fingers way. First thing, I knew I wanted something with Sleeping Beauty on it, but I had not beforehand planned my purchases. That is another thing. Before you start trying to purchase something at any sale, look at the costs, add them up, do a fake order to figure out how much delivery will be added on extra, how much tax will be added on extra, and how much the patches cost, and then how much it costs to get them attached if you plan to do that. And accumulate that so you have a clear picture of the cost, because I had an idea of what these individual items cost, but I did not realize the patches, how expensive they were, and then also the extra cost of getting them attached. I'm not complaining about those things. I'm just saying you have to consider that when you're considering the purchase as a whole. And also, I hadn't considered delivery cost. So just think about that, all of that when you're making purchases from the store. I will say, here is the hair tie that I purchased with Sleeping Beauty. And it is not a bad hair tie. It is made of a vinyl smooth fabric that feels waterproof, and you'll probably be able to wipe stains off of, so that is nice. And they worked hard to make sure that the bow has pictures of Aurora on it, so at least one side will have a full picture of Aurora on it, which is nice. And you have, this side basically has Aurora upside down, and I think you get one of the fairies over here, yeah, and you get the crowns and stuff. And then this is the thing, and you get a little tie. And I did throw this in the washer, did not dry it, took it out, and it survived. It's made fairly well. The bow is sewn on. It is good quality, but if you want the pattern and that's what you're looking for when you're purchasing the hair ties, or when you're purchasing something from Stoney Clover, you will get more of the pattern and more of the design in a pouch or a bag or a notebook as opposed to a hair tie. So first thing, personal opinion, I don't think you should get the hair ties. I think they're great quality and they're nice. And if you're really into hair ties, go for it. But I feel like if you're buying something for the pattern and the design, going for something bigger will be better value for your money. Second thing, we're going to talk about the pouch really quick. I got the Tiana pouch. There is a very negligible cost difference between the smaller pouch and the larger pouch for the Disney princesses. They have, for just plain pouches, they have more varying sizes. One thing I want to say about pouches, the plain pouches are much cheaper than the patterned Disney princess pouches. And I'm assuming that goes with any sale they do. The patterned pouches will probably be more expensive. So one thing you could consider to save money is to not put any of the patches on them, because the patches escalate the cost of the item, as well as paying to have the patches attached, which I did. I got the patches attached. The person who did it did an amazing job. Like, they're very outlined, very detailed, really pretty. This is the gold Stoney Clover Disney princess thing. And when you look inside, you can see that they were able to trim most of the strings. There's still one or two, and it didn't leave a huge markup inside, which is really nice. Oh, you also get the Disney Stoney Clover thing inside. But personally, if you're going to get something with a pattern and it's going to cost you more, don't get a patch, in my personal opinion. If you're going to get a plain pouch, which they have more sizes of plain pouches than they did of the pattern pouches, and it seemed like with the Disney Mickey Mouse release that came after this one, it was the same thing. They had more variety of sizes in the plain pouches than they did in the pattern pouches. So if you're going to buy a pattern pouch, to save money, I would not get patches, because they will rack up the cost. If you want to save money because you really want a patch, I would get a plain pouch, which is cheaper, and then get the patches. When I was lightning buying this, I did not notice, because I was trying to hurry, and the cost of having the patches attached doesn't really show up until you see your cart. So I did not realize the extra cost of having these attached. And it is a cost. It is, not a cheap cost. In future, because these are sticky patches, I would suggest, if you want patches, buy the patches, don't get them attached, and just stick them on your item, or sew them on yourself, or get some fabric glue and fabric glue them on yourself. Now, this is the large pouch I got. This is my hand. It's bigger than my hand. I'm going to put some items in this so you can see what fits in it. Inside, it is a nice light green color. It has a Disney label. It has a Disney label here. It is made of a vinyl material. You can hear that kind of scratchy sound. So it is, I'm pretty sure, like waterproof and probably spill resistant. I put this in the washing machine. I did not dry it. It survived. I'm not telling you should put any of these in the washing machine. I'm not telling you should do that. I just did it because I wanted, at least the first time I got it, to clean off any factory chemicals or whatever. But it did survive. No worse for wear. No real damage to anything. Also, everything they have has a gold metal zipper. If you are allergic to metal items, be aware that everything that they have has gold metal zippers or gold metal snaps. So just keep that in mind. But this is the Tiana pouch. This is the large. It has beautiful pattern on it. I loved their pattern. I thought it was beautifully done. They do amazing patterns. All of their patterns are just beautiful. The Mickey Mouse print pattern was also beautiful. And then last but not least, I got a notebook. Now, the trick, and I got more patches on the notebook again. Would not do it in future, but when you get the patches sewn onto the notebook, you can see it on the other side. But again, they did it very subtly. They're very good at attaching patches. If you have the extra cash and you want to do it, more power to you, because it's very well done and not messy at all. But I got a notebook. The reason why I got a notebook is because many planner people I've seen in the community will get a Stoney Clover notebook, which when you open it up, it has a notebook inside. This has a vinyl outside and a kind of fake suede inside, which feels strange, I won't lie. And it has a notebook, but in the back, there are buttons or snaps that you can do to take it off, like that, take it out. And then many people, ooh, it made lines. I didn't know it did that. Well, that's annoying. But many people take their planners and slide their planner covers in here and use this as a planner cover. So I'm going to show you what planners I have, because I have many different kinds that will fit in here. Also, it comes with a pen holder, which is really nice. It has a Stoney Clover label on it. And it has, I got the Belle pattern, really beautiful, loved it. And it's really well done. I will say, while on the Scrunchy, I was disappointed that there wasn't more clear fairies, or really the princess. I understood the smaller surface. On here, you get many clear images of Belle, many clear images. Also on the pouch, you get many clear images of Tiana and the pattern, which is why I said if you're buying something for the pattern and you love the pattern, the bigger items will give you more bang for your buck, if you're thinking about it that way. Okay, let me show you what fits in what. So let us start with the notebook. Also, you can buy notebook inserts from Stoney Clover to replace your notebook paper that they give you. It has plastic on the front, and it is, I guess these are, I don't know what caused these, but it's just a regular notebook with notebook paper. Okay, so first up, I have a Hobonichi Techno 2021. Many people use this in the planner community. So, let us see. It does fit in the flap, as you can see. You can close that, you can close this. It is not visible over the top or the bottom, and it can be closed. So it does hold that, so you can see it's in there fairly well. It's not like flopping all over the place really or anything like that. Next, a lot of people have various sized A5 planners that are hardcover, or like me, have the Archer and Olive A5 notebooks, which is what I have. I have a standard Archer and Olive notebook. So, take that, you put that inside. There we go. You gotta tip it in a little bit, and you close it. It does fit, it does close, it is in there. It is not really visible. The little rubber band thing is visible, but it's not really visible over the top or the bottom. When you open it up, you lay it down, you can open up your notebook. It is secure in the back, so that also fits. So that means that A5s also fit. And then the standard Hobonichi size, which this is the Archer and Olive version, but this is the Hobonichi size. Will also fit in here. The trick with the Hobonichi is that it is smaller, so you do have a gap, so that will make it feel a little weird, but it does stay in place as I shake it up and down, and you can visibly see it and use it, so that is a thing. And then last but not least, if you wanted to, I think you could turn this into a traveler's notebook. I think if you just got some rubber bands, not actual rubber bands, but like some elastic cord that has the fabric over it that they use in the traveler's notebook things, you could just wrap it around the edge of this and make like 3 of them. And then you could take something like this, which is a like half sized A5 size, I guess is what I would call it, but like half sized insert basically, and you could either put your insert in here if you want. It's a little harder because it doesn't have a hard edge, but it does fit. The inserts do fit. Or if you wanted, you could do, like I said, the fabric covered elastic a couple of times over and just tie it in the front and have it like this, where you have your 3 things like a traveler's notebook. I mean, it would be a little annoying because you'd see it on the outside, but I mean, I think you could make it work, personally. I think there's a lot of uses for this notebook, and the notebook is actually a lot cheaper than the pouches in the bag. So if you were purchasing from Stoney Clover the first time, which is, if you're looking at this video, you probably are, I would suggest starting with a notebook just because it is more reasonably priced. And again, if you get one of the patterned ones, you don't need to pay for the pouch. So I think it's, I want to say it's between like $60 and $70. I don't remember exactly, but this is great because you can use their notebook if you want. For paper, you can get other notebooks to put in it. Like I said, the Archer and Olive ones fit if you just want a notebook, but you can also put planners in it. A lot of planners fit. The Hobonichi Techno, the Hobonichi like regular, the Hobonichi Techno cousin, the Hobonichi regular, A5 planners of all sizes will fit in this. So that is, you know, that makes it useful for a while, and it's cheaper. So that is a thing. All right, here is the large pouch that I got. So within the large pouch, I can fit the Hobonichi cousin, an insert, a Hobonichi regular size Archer and Olive notebook, another A5 size Archer and Olive notebook, this strange notebook insert, all can go in there and it will still close up and has room for more pens and anything else. So this would fit a lot of stuff. I believe, could be mistaken, don't take my word for it, that if you were to take this, and this is probably what I'm going to use this for and why I got it, is to take an A5 Archer and Olive notebook, grab it, shove it in here like so, so it's in place, stick it in here, close this up, and then take this. Yeah, you can fit the notebook inside the large pouch. So their notebook with the cover, you can fit inside the large pouch. And there's enough space in here for pens, pencils, tape. So you could really put your planner, all of your planner supplies, everything in this large pouch and just sit it somewhere. And when you're ready to plan, you just grab it. And it looks really pretty. So it'd be a really pretty like thing to use. Okay, so in conclusion, here are my tips for if you are a first-time Stoney Clover purchaser. 1, I would look at the costs and maybe make a fake order beforehand to get a real idea of how much it will actually cost with taxes, with shipping, with the actual cost of the item, with if you want to get the patches sewn on, how much the patch sewing on will cost, and the patches themselves. So you have a real idea of the actual cost of what you're going to spend before you purchase. 2, I do not think you need, if you want to purchase something with a pattern, I would not suggest you get patches as well. I would suggest you either get something with a pattern or you get something that is plain and put patches on it. I don't think you need both. Also, if you decide to get patches, I don't recommend, if you're trying to save money, to get them sewn on. I think the sewing quality is really nice. I think they did a really good job, but I've heard that they have sticky backs that you can attach them yourself. And honestly, you can probably get some fabric glue or sew them on yourselves, but the cost of having each one attached is expensive and it adds on to the total cost of your purchase. So if you want to save money somewhere, getting them sewn on professionally is a way to do that. And you can always get the patches and then wait till later. From what I've heard, if you have the patches in the item, you can bring it into a Stoney Clover store later and get them attached then. If you're going for your first purchase, I would purchase something larger if you're getting something with a pattern, because then you can get the full pattern on display and you can see that and use that and display it, which is what I've done. I have this and my notebook sitting around my space because these are display pieces. You're paying this cost for this beautiful pattern to display it, to show people, to have that piece. As I said, I think if you are trying to buy from Stoney Clover for the first time, the best investments you can make are to either get a pouch, a large pouch, because I think it's more cost effective, or a notebook, because the notebook is under $100 and I think it's only like 60 or 70, whereas most of the pouches and things are closer to $100. But I would say that those are the best first time purchases because cost wise, I think these are really valuable because once you use up the notebook paper and stuff, you can use it to store your planner. Because if you're on this channel and you're watching this video, you're probably a planner person. And this is a great planner cover that you can use for a long time after you're done. So that is something to consider as well. And in conclusion, as I said, I hope these tips help you as you are purchasing from this store in the future. I wish someone had told me these things, and I hope being able to see what fits in the large pouch and what fits in the planner cover are really useful to you as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of this, and I hope it helped you with your future Stoney Clover purchase and thinking about what you want to get from them. Have a great day. Bye.